name is James Carter, and this is the story I never thought I'd have the courage or the bitterness to tell. But after everything, I need to get this out of my system. Maybe someone will learn from my mistakes. Maybe someone will see the warning signs I ignored. Or maybe, just maybe, I need the world to know that sometimes the worst betrayal doesn't come from a stranger, but from the one you love most. I met Sarah when I was 24. She was sunshine. Everyone said so. The kind of girl who could light up a room with a single laugh. We met at a friend's barbecue. She wore a yellow sundress and had these green eyes that seemed to dance every time she smiled. We fell hard and fast. In less than a year, we moved in together. I proposed on the beach at sunset. She cried and said yes, and in that moment, I believed we were unbreakable. Our early years were bliss. We traveled: Greece, Bali, Japan. We adopted a golden retriever named Max, who adored her almost as much as I did. We hosted dinner parties, built a life full of laughter and warmth. Or so I thought. I worked long hours as a financial analyst. I justified it by telling myself it was for us. So we could buy a bigger house, so we could start a family without worrying about bills. I thought Sarah understood. She said she did. But I guess love isn't always enough when you're not around. I started to notice small things first. Her phone was always glued to her side. She began to dress differently, more daring, more deliberate. She started going to yoga classes late at night. When I asked, she'd laugh and tell me I was being paranoid. And God help me, I believed her, because I loved her more than I loved my own sanity. One Friday night, I came home early. I planned to surprise her with dinner and a movie at home. Max was barking unusually at the bedroom door. I called out her name. No answer. I opened the door and saw them, my wife and my best friend, Tom. His clothes were scattered on the floor, her hair a tangled mess, their faces frozen in shock and guilt. I don't remember dropping the wine bottle I was holding. I don't remember the glass shattering or Max's frightened whimper. All I remember is the sound of my heart breaking. Tom tried to explain. Sarah cried and begged. But in that moment, all the love I had built for years evaporated like morning fog under the sun. I left the house. I drove for hours, no destination in mind. By dawn, I parked at a lookout point overlooking the city. I watched the sunrise alone, numb, hollow. The next few days were a blur. Hotel rooms, whiskey, unanswered calls from Sarah. She texted that she was sorry, that she loved me, that it was a mistake. But you don't accidentally fall into bed with someone, especially not your husband's best friend. The betrayal festered in me like a cancer. At first, I thought I'd just leave, file for divorce and never look back. But then a darker idea took root: revenge. The word tasted bitter and sweet at the same time. Why should I be the only one destroyed? Why should they walk away unscathed? I started planning. First, I withdrew half of our joint savings and put it into a separate account. Sarah didn't notice. She was too busy sneaking around, thinking she had me fooled. I gathered evidence, screenshots of texts, pictures from her hidden Instagram account, even hotel receipts she thought she had deleted. I made copies and mailed them anonymously to Tom's wife, Megan. Megan had always been kind to me, and she deserved to know. The fallout in their household was immediate and brutal. Then I contacted Tom's boss. Turns out Tom had been using company funds to take Sarah on trips. A few discreet emails later, Tom was fired for embezzlement. His career, his reputation, gone in an instant. But I wasn't done. I needed Sarah to feel the same sense of loss that had crushed me. I stopped paying the mortgage without her knowing. When she found out, it was too late. The bank foreclosed. I moved out, taking Max with me. She loved that dog more than anything, and watching him leave broke her in ways words couldn't describe. I filed for divorce, and thanks to the evidence I'd gathered, I got the better end of the settlement. Sarah was left with nothing. No house, no dog, no savings, no friends. They all sided with me when they found out the truth. At first, she tried to hold on. She texted me daily, called me crying at night, left voicemails saying she'd change. But I was done. Her words were just empty echoes of what we once had. I watched her unravel from afar. She moved into a cheap apartment, took a low-paying job as a waitress. Tom, jobless and humiliated, left her soon after. She spiraled, drinking too much, missing work, drifting from friend to friend, eventually alone. Sometimes I'd see her in town. She'd look away quickly, her face pale, eyes hollow. I should have felt pity, but I didn't. The man I had been, the hopeful, trusting husband, died the night I saw her with Tom. People ask me if I regret what I did. My answer, no. She took everything from me first. I simply returned the favor piece by piece. But here's the thing. Revenge doesn't heal you. After all the destruction, all the carefully orchestrated revenge, I didn't feel whole. I felt powerful at first, yes, like I had control again. But as the months passed, I realized that power is a poor substitute for love, for trust, for the life we had built together. I started therapy. At first I lied to my therapist, told her I was fine, that I had won. But deep down, I knew I hadn't won anything. I had lost everything too. Slowly, she helped me unpack the layers of grief and rage I had buried. It wasn't easy. Healing never is. Years have passed now. I still have Max. I still have my job. I bought a new house on the outskirts of town, away from the memories. I started dating again, cautiously. I tell the women I meet the truth about my past. Some run, some stay. I don't blame them either way. As for Sarah, I heard she moved back to her hometown. Her family took her in after she lost her job and her apartment. I don't know if she's still drinking or if she found someone new. Part of me hopes she's okay, truly, but another part of me, the part she shattered, doesn't care. I used to believe love could conquer anything. Now I know better. Love is fragile. Trust is fragile. Once broken, they're never quite the same again. If you're reading this, maybe you're standing on the edge I once stood on, betrayed, angry, lost. Maybe you're considering revenge, thinking it will fix the hole inside you. Let me tell you, it won't. It will only turn you into someone you don't recognize. But if I'm honest, if I could go back, I don't know if I'd do it differently. Because sometimes we need to burn everything down to see what's left inside us. That's my story, my confession, my scar. I am James Carter. I was a husband, I was a friend, I was a man in love, and now I am simply a man who survived.